On June 14, 1911, about 112 years ago today, a train named Zannity runs from Rome, Italy. A new naval train that was first brought to its track because it was its first trial to commemorate it and to promote its train. The company offers a free trial and wants 100 passengers to have a chance to travel on this train for free. It is given from free food and drink to the end. Bringing back everything was free in this train 100 passengers and 6 staff members. A total of 106 men and one engine and its three compartments, and this train departs from Rome and thus begins a memorable journey. There is a perfect distance between everyone inside and outside the train. It is easy to eat because it is a first trip and that to a free trial. In this way, all the passengers are happy. The staff of the train is full of service. Many people had seen that everything was fine, but immediately after that, bad news comes. You will all be surprised there is a tunnel on the way to the Zannity, which is called Lombardy Tunnel. The tunnel was 1 kilometer long. Now it happens that the train goes inside the tunnel, but the train never comes out from the other side. It doesn't come out. A train with three compartments inside it disappears, which is not found on the shores, nor it's been found even after 112 years. Yes, friends, as you have been kind, exactly the same happened to those people who are impatiently waiting for this train. The people who fought it while going inside the tunnel, those people who had passed this train ahead by showing green flag. When they were told nothing about this evil for several hours, there was an uproar everywhere, and this news spread like wildfire in Italy. This train with 106 passengers has disappeared in a Lombardy tunnel. The investigation was started immediately after the accident because more than a day had passed for the train to remember this tunnel of 1 kilometer long, which only meant that Zannity had met with an accident and it was very important to know what actually happened to him. People suspected that there was a deep trench in this tunnel. There is no secret passage where the train has gone astray. But you will be surprised to know that there is no secret passage in this tunnel and no trace of the train. Slowly, time passes like this, but when the test yielded found no result and the train was never found, it reached the news in Italian media. Italy is notorious for having 106 people who disappeared and wrote. Italy has so far been unable to install although its media. This infamy was Italy's glimmer of hope when two men from Mexico suddenly appeared are and claimed that they were part of the journey, but before enter the tunnel they jumped from train because of black and white smoke and some sound that they heard and saw before the train entered the tunnel caused the two men to panic, due to which they both ran into the moving train and jumped off. By the way, the two men were also gone as the smoke burning train driver slowed down train speed, although they managed to pass the people. But due to walking, he also suffered a lot of injuries and was unconscious there for several hours, because of which they did not know anything that day. What happened to the train? This claim was later investigated and no evidence was found because the two men were not in a good state of mind. making it even more difficult for the investigators to trust their words. A few days later, he made a claim that shocked everyone. A doctor from Mexico who said that shortly after this accident, 104 patients were brought due to which they were all mentally unsound, according to the doctor, whose their movements. This doctor also tried to check with him what happened to him. Couldn't make it. Italy would rely on trust. I wanted to do it, but the reports of the stage they are weak somewhere. Although 104 patients and after the doctor, if two passengers were sent for treatment, then the total number of 106 people of the train would have been completed. But when he took all those 104 patients missing, it did not make anyone. However, this doctor also said that those 104 patients spoke the same language, those who were pointing to the fact that they are all from Italy. This claim was not enough to think that they were travelers of this Zannity, which was definitely the points of this that they were 104 residents are taken and then disappear together. Go from time to time, people started to get for this accident, and the investigators also closed the file of this accident with a lot of prophecies. And since then, the accident was remained as a burn. But although the investigation was stopped, but with the passage of time, the series of claims of this killing are not stopped. One such measure was done when this train was seen in Romania and Russia, have seen it in Mexico, Germany, and even there in India. And it has been also reported that all those who have gone on the same model of Zannity and same model 3 coach train have disappeared in the Lombardy tunnel. It has a story Zawalich station in Ukraine where a 3 coach train like Zannity arrives at 11, and the station was also very small and there was only one man there, the station master, who said that he had opened his eyes. I have seen this train. She has come to the station without a track and without any timetable and then goes to the station. At first, they brought that they had been deceived, but when they looked carefully, it was really a train and that behaved like Zanity. But later on seeing that the train was lost somewhere in the mountains, the master becomes extremely alarmed and informs his senior officers. When he investigates, it turns out and the place the station master had told him in an Italian cemetery, where more than 2,000 people were buried. The secret behind this accident has never been revealed, but when the station master surprised everyone because the train he had made was similar to the of Zannity, about which his station master had never heard anything else. A similar delay was also reported in Mexico. That this train was seen in Mexico, it was then the year 1814, which means that this train was seen in Mexico about 71 years before the arrival of Zannity train. While its original form was produced in 1911, this thing is also like a secret because it was seen in periods for the first time since 1845, when the truth came in the form of Zannity and came got scared. The written history of Zannity, which is still recorded in Italy today, I now have the question that there is three separate times, but the train was seen in different places but the direction disappeared from all places. What is the secret of this train? No one has a concrete reason for this till date. But it is said that when this train went into the tunnel, it was a kind of time machine and it went into a time loop and moved with time. In simple words, it goes from another year to a better time like 1845 and then to another time. This is why it sometimes appears in Russia and sometimes in Romania. However, this clause is not so easily trusted. This is how the train is seen on this route because the train was built in 1911. The company that made it was Zannity. His first journey and his disappearance in the tunnel are in eternally in the form of documents, and his disappearance from inside the Lombardy tunnel are all true. It is thought that this train was eaten by the ground or the sky was swallowed. Why was a true train whose records still exist today never found? And if there are evidences of his appearance in different parts of the world, whether they are not, this secret is definitely in this direction that this train is also trapped in another time form, due to which it has been released even today, which sometimes goes back in time and sometimes goes forward in time. Although there have been many such accidents in the world who suddenly disappeared have happened until today, they have not been found, and the same has been said about them that they have become victims of another time. Just like that, the Zannity train fell victim to some time. Friends, what do you think what happened to the train? What is your opinion about the train? You must comment below.